Stuart, this is Derek. I have a question.
Yes, Derek.
Will you please speak about why it's important to hold still during meditation class? And I do try to do that. Moving around involuntarily, I understand that can happen, but in general, connecting with stillness is something I try to do during class. Is that related to silence?
Sure is. I mean, look, if everybody was moving, the energy in this meditation would be so chaotic that nobody would get any benefits from it. It distracts us. And I'm not talking about kriyas, where the energy hits a block inside you and suddenly your head will go back, your shoulders will go back, and arms go up in the air. Those are just kriyas. That's the energy creating the movement. What I'm talking about is fidgeting and scratching and doing unconscious movement, which disturbs the entire flow of energy in the meditation, not only for yourself, but for everybody else. So, part of the discipline of learning this is also learning how to sit still. If your mind is focused below the navel in that chakra, uh, it's not very difficult to sit still. You can bring all of that fidgety, that tension, that you bring it down to the chakra below the navel. It becomes chi, it becomes rootedness, it becomes strength. So sitting still is a very important element in the meditation. And what I mean is, unconscious movement, not movement created by Shakti, by energy that is hitting blocks inside. But, when people start playing with their hair and doing, it just, you understand, there's no chakra here. And all of one's attention is here, or moving something. And the whole energy gets chaotic. And one person doing that can disturb the entire class. And I know sometimes, I get upset at somebody for doing it. I try to not get upset anymore, but I sometimes, lecture somebody when they're doing it because it has to stop. It disrupts the entire energy and flow of energy in the meditation class. Part of, I would say 50, 60% of learning this meditation is learning how to sit still. In Zen, they have this Zendo stuff where you sit for 12 hours and you can't move. And if you move a half an inch with your finger or something, they whack you over the head with a stick. I mean, we're not that fanatic here. All I'm asking is, you know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And the discipline of keeping your mind focused below the navel will enable you to sit still. You can sit still for hours if you do that. So, yes, it's very important not to move in the class. And I say it all the time. And people still move like nobody hears. They still move in class. And I think one has to finally listen to that and discipline themselves, get the training, and to realize that if they do fidget, they're not only disturbing their class, they're disturbing everybody's class. Now, here it's even harder because, like when I used to do meditation and everybody was in the same room. You understand? It was much easier for people to sit here. Everybody's sitting in their living rooms, their bed, kitchens. They're sitting, cars. Some people, nobody's, you understand? So it's much easier to forget and to just assume that you can start moving and doing and it's not going to bother anybody. But it does. And I can tell you because I'm connected to all of you here. And I really truly tune into exactly what is going on with everybody. So if you have an itch, Be stronger than the itch. And I promise you, if you use it to get more centered inside, it'll go away. The pain will go away. The itch will go away. And you'll learn how to discipline yourself in an incredibly good way so that you can use that kind of discipline with whatever you're doing during life. You don't let things interfere and disrupt what you have, what your actions are and your activity is during the day. Your employer will love you because you're going to produce twice as much for them by just being able to sit still and focus. Does anyone else, I hope that's clear, Derek. I should hope so. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Hi, Stuart.
Hi, Larry.
You had mentioned earlier that the world seems crazier than it's ever been, but there's also the flip side. While this is happening, we're seeing a lot more open miracles. Can you see, can you share your thoughts about this?
I agree. This last 45 minutes we spent here is an open miracle based upon what is going on. Just pick up a newspaper and read what's going on in the world. This 45 minutes that we do here is a miracle. And, I tell you honestly, look, I'm doing a lot of these podcasts now, and I'm being asked all the time to appear in them. People want to hear this. They want to hear about being quiet, inner peace, you know, living a conscious life, a healthy life. More and more people want to hear it. And I just can tell from my own life. And I mean, suddenly this global book thing that they're sponsoring 5 podcasts they want me to do because of one that I did with them. They had such a big response to it. I mean, there were 6,300 people responded to it. I don't see them showing up in class here, but thank God. I don't know if I could deal with 6,300 people here. But I'm saying there is more of an interest because the world is getting wackier. And people are beginning to say, well, I got to find out, how do I get quiet? How do I live with an open heart? How do I live with love, with compassion for other human beings, forgiveness for other human beings, forgiveness for myself, for all the stupid things I've done in life, you know? Yes, you're right, Larry. There are more miracles taking place. But the total chaotic nature of the world today is forcing people to look deeper into themselves. Not a lot of people, I would say 10% of the population, maybe, but that's a lot of people. And that's 800 million people, 10% of the population of the world. So, yes, I think you're right. There is more of an interest in this. I mean, what do people really want in this? They want to be happy. I really believe this is the sole need of every human being, just to live a happy life. How do you do it? How do you do it? You have to learn how to do it. You have to learn how to build an inner life that is strong enough so that the heart can stay open, no matter what kind of bullshit goes on in the world. We can use it as a teacher, even how we don't want to live. It's a big teaching how one doesn't want to live. And life is very good at teaching that. Karma is very good at teaching that. So instead of getting upset at all the stupidity that goes on, how can I fix me that I don't have to live that? And once you begin to fix yourself, then what you're giving off is love, giving off compassion, kindness to the world. And if enough people do that, this ridiculous world we live in would change. It would really change. I mean, paradise isn't in some, sphere somewhere in that. Paradise is right here. Paradise is directly in the human heart. That's where paradise is. And if people would learn to keep their hearts open and do inner work that enables them to live that way, the whole energy here would change. But, you're talking about 8 billion people learning this. When people want to believe that they know better than everybody else, their reality, everybody into your own reality, because nobody sees the world the same. Everybody is unique. So just listening to life is also one of the great miracles. Letting life become the teacher, what it has to teach you about how you need to grow inside and build yourself as a human being. And it is really open to do that life. And some of the teachings are a good kick in the butt, just to remind us what we have to do. So I think you're right, Larry. There are a lot of miracles going on. Life is demanding it.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. I hope that's clear because, look, the external world is not going to change. I shouldn't say that. The external world will change if people change inside themselves. Then the world that we live in will change because everybody sees a mirror image of themselves, is what they see in the world. And I mean, there's war going on in each and every one of us. There's anger, there's unhappiness, there's everything we see in the world. We're part gangster, we're part this, we're part that. Everything exists inside a human being, but it all manifests as a way of seeing this mirror image of ourselves called life. And what do we have to do to change inside? And then doing it. And then the mirror image changes. I mean, all these people fighting wars would just listen to each other. Say, okay, we all make mistakes. What can we learn from each other? What can we learn from each other? Instead of killing each other. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I mean, I remember my teacher, Rudy, used to tell me all the time he would much rather be wrong than right. And you're looking at a world where everybody has to be right, and they're all fighting to make everybody else see their rightness. And his reasoning was extraordinary. If you're wrong, you can learn something. If you're right, there's nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. And how many of you have hung out with people that are right all the time? It's impossible. It's impossible to be around them. You can't get a word in edgewise. You can't. It's bullshit. People that are righteous are really dangerous people. People that are wrong, there's a little humility there. Okay, teach me. Teach me what I have to learn. And the fact is that you got the entire human race is wrong most of the time. And everybody needs to listen to everybody else to learn what to do to grow in their life. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, well, and there'll be meditation on Tuesday. What is today? Today is Tuesday. On Thursday. And there's also the evening class at 7:30 that most of you in Europe and the Middle East, it's too late to attend. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. God bless you all. I told you, honestly, you ask it about a miracle. This hour that we spend together in my life is a miracle. It's a miracle that I can sit here and do deep and profound inner work and listen to the silence and let it teach me and fill me with knowledge, with wisdom, not what my brain figures out, but this higher energy where real knowledge exists, real wisdom exists. So this is a miracle, and this is available to each and every one of us. So thank you and bless you, and you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend or wonderful day. It's not the weekend. I don't even know anymore what the weekend is, the days. It all seems to just fit together. And God bless you all. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Bless you.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
you're welcome.
Thank you.